Hello everyone, it's Lauren here, only Shade Drops back for another video. I hope you're doing well. I am doing pretty good. I just saw Belén, so I thought I'm going to review it. So Belén is Argentina's submissions to the Oscars for Best International Feature. That's the reason I heard of it. I didn't really hear a lot from it until its nomination in Best International Feature at the Critics' Choice. So I was very curious to watch that movie because it came a bit out of the blue and the subject was quite interesting. So this is based on a true story. It's the story of Belén, played by Camila Plate. So basically this is set in 2014, the beginning is set in 2014 when abortion was still illegal in Argentina. Belén is a lady who goes to the hospital because of a stomach ache, and somehow the movie tells you a little bit how, so I'm not going to spoil everything for you, but somehow she ends up being arrested and incarcerated for homicide, because that's what they accused people who committed an abortion. They were charged of homicide. So she gets incarcerated for 2 years pending her trial and is given a pretty incompetent lawyer who seems to not really care about her case at all. So yeah, she is sentenced. So this is all just at the very beginning of the movie, but right at that moment she gets another lawyer who decides to appeal and really fight for her case. This lawyer is played by Dolores Fonzi, who is also the director of this movie, and the lawyer is actually pretty much the leading role of this movie. So yeah, she tries to go get files who helps her disculpate her client. She fights for Belén, but she's met by very reticent forces, not a lot of collaboration, and basically there's a lot of corruption going in the justice system in Argentina, as this movie is trying to call out. This is a very, very relevant film, actually, given the current state of politics in the world, how we're starting to take steps back. And it makes you really ask questions about people. Like there's some scene at some point here where the lawyer goes to a panel to talk about her case, about Belén, make it more known to the grand public so she can get more support to defend her. And in this panel she's met by a so-called doctor and a journalist who compares abortion to the Holocaust and to killing puppies. And I don't think this is an exaggeration of the movie. I don't know if it really happened on the panel, I guess so, but I just wanted to say there are a lot of people in the world who believe that, and it's really scary that we live in a world where people like this are given jobs are of pretty big influence. Well, for example, President of the United States of America, for one. So yeah, these points that the film is making are very, very relevant, and I think just for that it's a pretty important one to seek out and watch. There are some very strong scenes in there, like there's the opening scene that's you really feel awful while watching it. It's a very poignant scene. There's that panel scene I talked about, and there's one that really moved me. There's at some point a conversation between Belén and a prison guard. You'll get it when if you've seen the movie. That was a very, very strong scene that said a lot about the personality of that character. Now, talking about the personality of Belén and her character, one criticism that I've got towards this movie is I wanted to know more about her. Like, she's basically a supporting role in her own story. I don't know if it's a directorial choice, writing choice, or is it because there were not enough informations available about Belén's past and her experience in prison. There are a few scenes of her in prison that she doesn't get that much character development, we don't get so much background, we don't know a lot about what happens for her. And that takes me to my second criticism, is making the lawyer like front and center of the story, the lead character, focusing on her family and what happens to her when she decides to take the case, the lynching and all. Well, I think it would have been good to have a lot about the lawyer, but I don't know if I need her to be the lead, the front and center of that movie. Because ultimately, this story is about Belén and lots of women who suffered the same horrible treatment as her by the justice and by people. And I really wanted to get to know her character a bit more than this, so I wish that the movie had given me that. But hey, the message is a pretty obvious one and important one, so just for that I would say either watch this film or go make some research, Google searches about Belén's story. This is a very, very relevant topic. Okay, so performance-wise, Dolores Fonzi's leading role was solid. I wasn't wowed at any point with her performance, but I felt like she got the job done. The real standout, though, is Camila Plate in Belén's role. She breaks your heart in some scenes. You can tell what she went through just by looking at her eyes. She's got some really, really heart-wrenching scenes. Very, very good performance by Camila Plate in this movie, and I'm pretty interested to see what this actress will do next. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna say that this was a good movie. Could have been great, but let's just focus more on this story, what it's trying to tell us and how relevant it is. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Tell me in the comments what you thought about this movie. Don't forget to put a little like, subscribe. You can follow me on Blue Sky and Letterboxd. Links are in the description below. I will see you there. Bye bye.